Welcome to our first Teams in 20 session. We are so glad that you could join us over your lunchtime. The plan for these sessions is that we don't take up too much of your time and that you go away today with something new that you can use in your everyday. Before we get started, we are just going to do a little bit of housekeeping. So just to remind you, we've muted all the lines, but don't let that put you off. Please do put your questions into the chat and we'll do a bit of Q&A as we go. So we are recording today's session. The recordings, the Q&A and the deck with all the awesome links that we've got for you will all be put into your communities, and the recording will also be put on our new YouTube channel. Now, this session is all about productivity. And Zane and I have put together our top 10 favorite tips on productivity. There are lots more that we could have put in there, but we just picked the 10 that we probably use the most of. So as I said, I'm here today with my colleague Zane. We are both customer success managers looking after some of our awesome retail customers, and I'm hoping there are a few on the call today. So let's get straight into it. We've got 10 top tips. It's going to be quick. The first top tip I've got for you today is PowerPoint Designer. Now, if you haven't used PowerPoint Designer, this is going to give you the ability to put together some awesome professional looking slides and at the touch of a button. So let me show you what that can look like. Now, I have got a blank presentation that I have already opened up here. And if I click on design and I click on designer, you will see, click on the designer button, you'll see there's already some options popped up. Now, using the power of AI, as I start putting in some words, such as PowerPoint Designer, the designer tool is going to start putting together some images that he thinks that I might find useful. I can also go straight online and pull in some more pictures. Maybe I'll just pick one from the catalogue, but I could just go online and pick any of these. So lovely cake. Who doesn't like cake? Let's pop that in there too. And it's going to have a think about what my design might want to look like. Another great feature from the designer is the ability to do things like take your agenda items and make a beautiful slide from them that makes sense. So if I type in 9 o'clock, we are going to do introductions. At 10 o'clock, we are going to do some networking. And at 12, we're going to have some lunch. When I click on designer, it's going to take that information and present to me some options. So one thing that I find really useful is its ability to put it into this timeline as well. But it can bring in some beautiful icons, using AI again to understand what you might be meaning by that text. So a great way to get started. One of my favorite productivity tips. Let's carry on and have a look at the second one. So my second tip for you would be OneNote. Now, if you haven't used OneNote, again, this is another tool that I use every day that if I didn't have it, I'm not sure how I would be able to manage, because every conversation, every activity I have, I track in on OneNote. And as I said before, we've got some great guides that we're sharing with you to get you started. Now, if you haven't used OneNote before, just a bit of a clarification point. There are two versions of OneNote. There's what I'd call a full fat version of OneNote. So you can see here, there's a lot more functionality in there. There's lots of different buttons and different tabs. It's the full fat version. You may be more familiar with it being called OneNote 2016, but now we're just calling it OneNote. Then there's a second version, which is OneNote for Windows. Now, this is a lighter version. It's more mobile friendly, more web. People use it more in the web, but it's got a lighter set of tools. So a lot less going on that top ribbon, but still awesome nevertheless. Now, what I love about OneNote is the way it interacts with the rest of Office 365. So I can quickly go and pull out my information on my meetings from Outlook because it's got a direct connection for Outlook. So I create a new page in my OneNote, give it a date, and then I want to pull through the agenda from my meetings. I click on meeting details. It's going to show me my calendar from today, but I can also pick another day. And then once I pick the meeting that I'm in, that I want to take notes for, it will bring that information into the OneNote, and I can start ticking off who attended. We can make sure we're talking about the agenda items, all that usual great stuff. If I want to look at this in the full fat version of OneNote, I get even more options. So I can do exactly what I just did then by bringing in that meeting information, but I also get the option to email out my notes. So I've got all the attendees, I've got the information about the agenda. I've actually even got now an attachment that was part of that agenda. And when I finish writing up my notes, my list of actions for everybody, I can quickly email out, and that will email to everybody that was involved. It also integrates into Teams. So if you've got a team that you use for your team, then you might want to bring in a OneNote that you all collaborate on. You can use an existing OneNote, or you can create a new OneNote for your team. And then finally, one of my favorite things from OneNote and Outlook is that Outlook actually has a button on the ribbon. I'm just going to show you this now. It says send to OneNote. So all those useful emails that you usually hide away and never see again, you can bring them in to your OneNote directly from Outlook just by pressing that button and deciding which note you would like it to go into. So that is my second productivity tip. Tip number 3 is about Stream. Now, Stream is going through a transition at the moment. It's going from the Stream that used to sit outside 365 into Stream for SharePoint. Now, I've cheated a little bit here and done a little video for you just to explain all the some of the new features in Stream that really are going to save you some time. So if you go into office.com and start typing in Stream, you'll get to this page and you can click on New Recording. New Recording is going to give you this screen. And as you can see, I've got this lovely pretend backdrop that I've selected from the backdrop catalog. I could also have a really cool video if I wanted to, or I can create my own. So maybe I want to go and pick out our Teams in 20 background. If I click that, you can see I'm that. Nope, I might be a little bit too big there. So I can reduce me, can move me about. So maybe I want to go there, and I want to be a little bit smaller, and then I could actually just annotate. So I don't want this. This should be different. I can add more text boxes, filters, have a beautiful frame if I wanted to, add more pictures. So lots of different options for you to choose from. You can obviously show your screen and record your screen as I'm doing right now with this. And the big button in the middle is just to press record. So if you haven't used Stream before, definitely go away and have a look at that. Now, productivity number 4, focus. Everybody needs more time in their life, I'm sure, and everybody could do with some time to help focus. So I use this personally. I'm on Windows 11. If I go into search and you type focus, you get this window that you can see here. And it gives you some options. You can stop the notifications, put yourself in Do Not Disturb, stop the flashing taskbar. So a number of options there. Another great feature that is in Windows 11 is the app clock. So type in clock, see if you've got that. If not, you can go and download it from the Microsoft Store. It's another fantastic app that helps you focus. So it does everything I just mentioned. But if you've got a Spotify account, you can actually plug into the Spotify account too. And you can create tasks. So there may be times where, yes, I'm going to book in 30 minutes of focus time, but actually what do I want to achieve in that focus time? So you can create some tasks there. Now, if you're not on Windows 11 and you're on Windows 10, don't worry, there is still some focus support there because you have Focus Assist. Focus Assist will take you through how to make sure you minimize your notifications when you put yourself in Do Not Disturb or focus time. So I will definitely share these slides with you. If you click on the one that says Focus Support Windows 10 and 11, it'll actually take you through all those individual features that you'll find useful. And then my final productivity tip before I hand over to Zane is all about decluttering your inbox. Now, I get a lot of newsletters and blogs that I find really interesting, and I sometimes then share them out with the rest of the team. However, I don't want a ton of different emails in my inbox. So one way I've managed to get around this a little bit is by moving some of those messages that are really useful, but putting them into Teams. So Teams is where I'm working all day. And if you didn't know, every single channel in Teams has its own email address. So you can right click on the channel, click get email address, and copy that email address. Now, what I then do is I will go into Outlook, I will find a blog or newsletter like this that I want to share, and I will create an Outlook reel. Really simple to do. So you just click on Reels, select what you want to happen. So in this case, I want to send anything that comes in with tip of the week. I want to send it to or forward it to another email address. So I'm going to press next on here, and I'm going to select forward to people or public group. So I'll pop that in there. And then I'm going to say the people public group that I want to send it to is my team's email channel email address. So pop that in. And now I could actually extend this and say, well, I might want to delete that email now, or I might want to file it away in a different folder. But actually, you know, this example, all I've done is have that newsletter sent to Teams, which I'm going to show you now. So I'll go through send and receive. And if I go back into Teams and click on that channel, you can see that I've now got that newsletter in there, which is now available for the team to see. So that's my 5 tips. I'm now going to hand over to the lovely Zane, who's going to show you her 5 favorite tips.
Hello, everyone. I'm just going to quickly share my screen, and then we can get right into tip number 6. It's all about PowerPoint Live. So with PowerPoint Live, it's a really easy way for you to improve your presentation skills with a very minimal effort. So instead of when you're presenting, instead of sharing your screen and having the PowerPoint open and then presenting that way, instead you can share your deck through PowerPoint Live on a Teams meeting. So I've also prepared a quick video to show you how that works. So click on the share icon up the top, and then under the PowerPoint Live section, you'll find all the decks you've recently edited. Click on the one that you want to share, and that way you have this presentation in front of you. So as you can see with PowerPoint Live, you can go through, use a laser pointer or use a pen and draw on the slide. You can even highlight and erase everything. And the view is very different, and the audience can only see what's in this red rectangle over here. The rest of the view around here is all for you. So as you can see the grid view and see the slides that are coming up. You can also see from the bottom panel, the different slides that are there as well. And then you have your notes on the right-hand side where you can go through and make the fonts bigger or smaller. So as I said, it's a great way to improve your presentation skills, and you don't really need to prepare much beforehand, just share your slides in a different way. Then tip number 7 is all about pinning your chats and channels. Now, before I get started into this tip, I just want to mention that the next 4 tips are all about productivity in Teams. So I'm going to go through the slides, and then at the end, I'll do a quick demo of all these tips in Teams. So for pinning chats and channels, it's very easy to do. All you do is click on the 3 dots by the channel or the chat that you want to pin and click on pin. And then as you can see in the photo, all the pinned items go up to the top. Now you might be asking yourself, what is the benefit of pinning chats or channels? Pinning chats and channels allows you to have very easy and quick access to chats and channels that you use very often. So maybe you want to pin a channel where your manager posts often and you don't want to miss out on any of the posts, or maybe you're working on a project currently and their chats, you always have to go through and find the chats. Instead of scrolling down through all your chats, you'll pin it and it'll be up at the top and you have very easy access to it. So the benefit of this is that, for example, for a Teams channel, once someone posts on a Teams channel, the item will go bold, and then that way you know you've missed a post, and that way it's very easy to go through, click on your teams, and click on the channel that you're interested in instead of having to scroll through all your teams. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in a lot of team sites that all have lots of different channels, and a lot of the channels I don't really use because they're not relevant to me, but I've pinned the ones that I use quite often. And then tip number 8, we have messaging extensions. So messaging extensions are found at the bottom bar right here of your Teams when you're on a chat or on a channel. There's many different messaging extensions that you can use, but the one that is the most popular in the world is actually YouTube. So to add YouTube onto your messaging extensions, all you do is click on the 3 dots and then search for the app that you want to add. In this case, it's YouTube. And then once you've added YouTube to your messaging extensions, you can very easily send your colleagues YouTube videos without even having to leave Teams. And I'll show you that in a bit more detail in a bit. But you can also add a bunch of apps. As you can see in the photo, you can add Wikipedia, you can add Breakthrough, and so on. So I strongly recommend going through that and finding the apps that you use quite often and adding them to your messaging extension so that you can very easily use them throughout your day. And then with tip number 9, we have one of my favorites, loop components. Loop components can be sent in a Teams chat and allow for constant collaboration within a one-on-one chat or a group chat. So all you need to do is click on this little snail-looking icon at the bottom of your messaging extensions, and then choose what type of loop component you want. There's different options available. So you have the bulleted list, checklist, you have tables, and so on. So click the one that you want, and then you start typing. Once you send the loop component into the group chat or the one-to-one chat, all the members of the chat can go through and edit the loop component in real time. So you can even add to mention people for certain tasks as well, which is very convenient. So as you can see in this example, it's an event planning example. There's different tasks, and then you can go through and tick those off. And I'll show you that again in a bit more detail in the live demo in a bit. It is worth noting, though, that not everyone may have access to this feature as it needs to be switched on for your tenant. So if you need any help with that, please feel free to reach out to your customer success manager. And the last top tip, tip number 10, is all about creating your digital desktop. So what do I mean when I say creating a digital desktop? It's all about having the apps that you constantly use that are easily available and accessible to you. So as Joe showed you earlier when she added the OneNote, well, that's one of the things that you can do. So for on a chat or on a channel, if you click on the plus icon up here, you'll get access to all these apps that you can add to your team. So you can go through and customize it for each different channel or each different chat to make it unique and to increase your productivity as much as possible. So you can go through, maybe you have an Excel sheet that you use a lot on your team. Everyone has to go through and edit that. You can easily add that to the top bar, and it's very easy to access for everyone. So that is it for the slides. I'm going to quickly switch my screen and share with you the demo tenant. So as you can see here, I'm on a demo tenant, and I am Megan. So the first thing I wanted to show you was pinning chats. So it's very easy to do. All you do is hover over a certain chat, click on the 3 dots, and click on pin. And then as you can see, it's moved up here, and I have very easy access to it. Now, I'm on a demo tenant, so I don't have many chats, any recent chats, but you probably have lots of chats going on here that are constantly updating. But this way, these 3 chats up here are always available and very easy to access. So same thing with Teams channels. If I were, for example, very interested in sustainability and I don't want to miss any of the new posts, I'll just click on the 3 dots, pin it to the top, and then it'll move up there. And as you can see, the sustainability channel is in bold. That means something has been posted and I've missed it. So that's one of the benefits of pinning your Teams channels, because you can very easily notice what you've missed and click on it and see what the post is. And then next up, we have loop components. So as you can see down here, we have the loop component icon. If I were to click on that, I'd have all the different options. Let's say I want to do a checklist again. I can click on that. Let's use the same example we used earlier with the event. So I'll type in event planning, type in the different tasks. So book catering, book venue, send out invites, and then I'll press send. And that way, Lynn can now go through and edit it as much as she wants. And I can even mention Lynn for certain things. So if I go through and press Lynn, she's now mentioned in this loop, and then she'll be notified. So an example of this, if I go to activities where notification will come through, Megan here has been mentioned in a loop component before, and that way she's notified and she knows that she's to book catering for the certain events. Next up, we have the the messaging extensions. So if I click on the 3 dots down here, and once that loads, you'll see the different apps that are available. So if you want, you can scroll through, or you can type the different certain app that you're looking for. So for example, I'm looking for YouTube in this case. I'll type in YouTube. And then once that loads, I'll click on it. I'll add it to my messaging extensions. And then once it's added, I can use YouTube in Teams. So if I go through, click on it, there we go. Now we're on YouTube, and I can, from Teams, search up a YouTube video. So say I want to send my colleague a video on Microsoft Teams. I'll go through, type in the name of the video. And then I can look through, maybe this is a video that I want to send. I'll click on that, press send, and it's as easy as that. And as you can see, you can either open the video or share it in a meeting. So it's very convenient, and it's a great way for you to save time as well, instead of switching windows all the time. And then the last tip I have for you is the digital desktop. So the digital desktop, I prefer to use them in channels, but you can use them in both chats and channels. So if you were to go click on the plus icon up here, you can see all the different apps that you have access to that you can add to your channel. So say, for example, my team, we use a PowerPoint deck a lot that we constantly update and need to edit. So if you were to click on PowerPoint, you can add a certain PowerPoint to the channel, and then it'll be up here, and it's very easy to access. As you can see, you have the post, and then you have files, which is available for all chats and channels. But then you can go through and add a wiki, for example, or here we have a whiteboard as well. So that is it for my top tips. Thank you so much for spending your lunch with us. I'll see you in the next sessions.